Welcome to my channel StarWire Daily. Please share and subscribe and press the bell icon for new updates. A courtroom in Fairfax, Virginia, June 2022. The world holds its breath as the jury delivers their verdict. We find in favor of Johnny Depp. Those 6 words didn't just end a legal battle. They ignited one of the most dramatic comeback stories Hollywood has ever witnessed. But here's the thing about comebacks. Winning in court is just the beginning. The real test. It's happening right now, and everything depends on a single film called Day Drinker. Welcome back to StarWire Daily, where the biggest stories in entertainment unfold like the blockbuster dramas they truly are. Today we're diving deep into Johnny Depp's high-stakes return to Hollywood, and why his entire future hangs on the success of one movie that could either resurrect his career or prove that some falls are just too far to recover from. The pressure is crushing. The stakes are astronomical. But European art films, no matter how critically acclaimed, don't determine Hollywood comebacks. For that, you need something bigger. Something that proves you can still deliver what the industry values most: massive commercial success. Which brings us to the announcement that changed everything. October 2024. Lionsgate drops the news that sends shockwaves through the entertainment world. Johnny Depp will star in Day Drinker, a major studio thriller directed by Mark Webb. The reaction is immediate and intense. Some celebrate the return of a beloved star. Others question whether Hollywood has learned nothing from recent cultural reckoning. But everyone, absolutely everyone, recognizes the magnitude of this moment. This isn't just another movie announcement. This is Lionsgate betting millions of dollars that audiences are ready to separate the art from the artist. That Johnny Depp screen presence is more powerful than his personal controversies. That his talent transcends his troubles. The plot details that emerge sound almost tailor-made for this moment in Depp's career. He plays a mysterious passenger on a luxury cruise ship who strikes up a conversation with the bartender, played by Madeline Klein. What starts as casual day drinking and conversation slowly transforms into something far more dangerous as secrets are revealed and lives are threatened. And then there's the casting, which tells its own fascinating story about where Johnny Depp stands in Hollywood's complex ecosystem. Penelope Cruz didn't just agree to work with him again. She actively chose to. This marks their 4th collaboration, following Blow, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, and Murder on the Orient Express. Cruz is nobody's fool. She's an Oscar winner, a respected artist who chooses her projects with surgical precision. Her involvement sends an unmistakable signal to the industry. Johnny Depp is safe to work with again. If Penelope Cruz is willing to attach her considerable reputation to his comeback vehicle, then maybe it's time for others to reconsider their positions. Madeline Klein brings a completely different kind of validation. Fresh off her breakout success with Outer Banks and her memorable turn in Glass Onion, a Knives-Out mystery, she represents the new generation of Hollywood talent. Her willingness to work with Depp bridges the gap between his established fan base and younger audiences who might view his controversies as ancient history. Director Mark Webb adds another crucial layer of credibility. The man behind 500 Days of Summer and the Amazing Spider-Man films has a proven track record of finding emotional authenticity within larger-than-life stories. His involvement suggests that Day Drinker won't just be spectacle and star power. It's going to dive deep into character psychology and human complexity. The first production images, released as filming began, reveal something fascinating about Depp's approach to this comeback. Gone are the eccentric accessories and flamboyant styling that sometimes overshadowed his performances in later career projects. Instead, we see a more grounded, mature presence. This isn't Johnny Depp trying to recapture past glory. This is an artist who has evolved through. Critics will be watching just as closely as audiences. The entertainment press, which was largely hostile during the peak of Depp's legal troubles, now has to navigate complex terrain between acknowledging his vindication and maintaining their previous editorial positions. Early reviews will carry outsized importance, not just for the film, but for the broader conversation about separating art from artist. What makes this moment particularly fascinating is how it reflects Johnny Depp's own evolution as both an artist and a public figure. Recent interviews reveal someone who has processed the trauma of public disgrace and emerged with a fundamentally different perspective on fame, success, and what actually matters in a creative life. There's a zen-like quality to his recent public appearances that's markedly different from the manic energy that sometimes characterized his press tours in the past. This isn't someone desperately trying to reclaim former glory. This is an artist who has redefined success on his own terms and is now offering that vision to an industry still deciding whether to accept it. The European Film Festival circuit provided crucial artistic sanctuary during his exile from American cinema. Projects like Jean du Barry allowed him to remember the pure joy of disappearing into a character without the crushing weight of franchise expectations and massive commercial pressures. That rediscovered artistic passion becomes essential context for understanding his approach to Day Drinker. This isn't just about proving he can still draw audiences. It's about demonstrating that he has grown as an artist through adversity. The man making this comeback film isn't the same person who was fired from Fantastic Beasts. He's someone who's been tested by fire and emerged with hard-won wisdom about what actually matters in a creative life. The timing feels almost mythologically perfect. Day Drinker is scheduled for release in 2026, giving everyone involved ample time to craft something truly exceptional. No rush production schedules, no artificial studio deadlines. Everyone gets the luxury of time to ensure this film lives up to the enormous expectations surrounding it. That extended timeline also allows for a carefully orchestrated publicity campaign. By 2026, the intense media scrutiny around Depp's personal life will have had even more time to fade into background noise. The conversation can focus entirely on the work itself, rather than relitigating past controversies. The genre choice is strategically brilliant. Thrillers have always been where Johnny Depp shines brightest. From Donnie Brasco to Secret Window, he has a particular talent for inhabiting characters who exist in morally ambiguous spaces, who navigate complex psychological terrain with a mixture of charm and danger. Day Drinker seems custom designed to showcase exactly those strengths. The cruise ship setting adds layers of cinematic potential that any director would kill for. There's something inherently intriguing. Back succeeds. It establishes a potential roadmap. Face your accusers in court, win clear vindication, retreat gracefully to rebuild your craft, and then return with a project that reminds everyone why you mattered in the first place. It's a model that could influence career rehabilitation strategies for years to come. The generational aspect adds another layer of complexity to this equation. Younger audiences, particularly those who came of age after the peak of Depp's Pirates' popularity, may be more willing to judge him purely on current work rather than past controversies. Day Drinker provides an opportunity to introduce Johnny Depp to viewers who know him more from social media headlines than from actual movie performances. Social media will play a crucial role in how this narrative ultimately unfolds. The same platforms that amplified negative coverage during his legal troubles could become vehicles for rehabilitation if audiences respond positively to his performance. The conversation around Day Drinker will happen in real time across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, creating a democratic referendum on whether Depp deserves this second chance. The production itself has been carefully managed to maximize opportunities while minimizing potential pitfalls. Filming in Spain provides not just gorgeous backdrops, but also strategic distance from the Hollywood rumor mill. There's something poetic about Depp making his major studio comeback in the same European setting where he found his artistic footing again after the legal storms. Marketing will be absolutely crucial, and early signs suggest a sophisticated strategy focused on the work rather than the personal narrative. Production stills emphasize character and atmosphere over celebrity controversy. Press coverage highlights the reunion with cruise and thriller genre elements rather than dwelling on past troubles. This approach allows audiences to engage with the project on purely artistic terms. The film's title itself carries symbolic weight that extends far beyond plot mechanics. Day drinker suggests someone who operates outside conventional social boundaries, who makes their own. This mythological dimension explains part of the intense public fascination with Depp's comeback attempt. People are drawn to stories of fall and potential redemption because they reflect fundamental human experiences. We all face moments of failure, rejection, and the need to rebuild. Celebrity comebacks provide a magnified version of struggles that resonate on deeply personal levels. The success or failure of Day Drinker becomes more than entertainment industry analysis. It becomes a test case for broader cultural questions about forgiveness, second chances, and the possibility of personal transformation that extend far beyond Hollywood, but find particularly vivid expression in the high-stakes world of celebrity culture. As the 2026 release date approaches, Johnny Depp finds himself in a position that few controversial figures ever receive, a genuine opportunity to let his work speak for itself, not through carefully managed public appearances or strategic social media campaigns, but through the thing that made him famous in the first place, his ability to disappear into a character and create something memorable. The pressure is crushing, but so is the opportunity. Day Drinker could complete one of Hollywood's most dramatic comeback stories. It could prove that talent, combined with legal vindication and careful career rehabilitation, can overcome even the most intense public controversies. Or it could demonstrate that some reputations, once damaged, remain permanently compromised regardless of subsequent vindication or artistic achievement. That some bridges, once burned, cannot be rebuilt no matter how skilled the architect or how sincere the attempt. The uncertainty makes every development electric with possibility. Nobody, not Depp, not Lionsgate, not industry observers, not audiences, knows for certain which outcome awaits. That ambiguity transforms every production update, every casting announcement, every leaked image into a crucial piece of evidence about whether this audacious comeback attempt will succeed or fail spectacularly. What we do know is that Johnny Depp is betting everything on his belief that audiences are ready to separate decades of memorable performances from a few years of tabloid headlines. He's wagering that Hollywood's appetite for redemption stories is stronger than its fear of controversy. He's gambling that his talent is more enduring than his troubles. And there's something deeply compelling about someone willing to make that bet. About an artist who refuses to let legal battles and public humiliation define the final chapter of his story. About a performer who believes so strongly in his craft that he's willing to risk another very public failure in pursuit of artistic resurrection. The cruise ship setting of Day Drinker provides